In today's journey, we are making the newest world's smallest mead. We are, after all, the ones that brewed a 25 milliliter all grain batch of beer before. Don't worry, we linked it in the description. But right now, it's all about the mead, which we will be starting with our finest macadamia nut tree honey. Just run-of-the-mill spring water, because we just now realized we could have used something fancier. A small mixing vessel, which is more important than you'd realize, because trying to mix anything in a 1 millimeter sized bottle is really hard. This will be our fermentation vessel. And to up the ante, we will be using a normal sized airlock, along with taking a refractometer reading. And for those wondering how in the hell, we'll show you. What it all comes down to is having the right tools. And what we have is a 1 milliliter syringe. Normally, we use these for making small amounts of Star San sanitizer. Today, we take it straight to the bear's dome to pull out 100 microliters. That's 1/10 of a milliliter. And of course, when you get this small with measurements, margin of error is your enemy, especially when it comes to this air bubble inside the syringe. Give us a minute to fix that. But as you can see, we have more than enough, so what we're going to do is expel any excess. It's actually easier this way. Plus, you get a little dollop to taste. And yes, it's amazing and has a slight hint of macadamia nuts. And because we love living on the edge, we're going to pull up 400 microliters of water directly into the same syringe the honey's already in, apparently skipping half the reason of why we would use a mixing bowl in the first place. The biggest one being that if you do it in the 1 milliliter bottle, it gets everywhere. Well, as much as a half a milliliter can. What's great about this mixing method is that we're getting a lot of aeration as well. And with that out of the way, now we can verify the amount of liquid that we have and transfer it into the fermentation vessel. And it's with the magic of this syringe and surface tension, we will be able to get nearly 100% of our liquid back. Yeah, I know, it kind of freaks me out too. I'm sure he thinks jabbing it in there like that helps somewhat. But what we need to do is get rid of some of these air bubbles so we can get a proper measurement on the end here. So this is probably just as good a time as any to talk about some of the other people making the world's smallest meads. This all started in October 2020 when Man Made Meads made his 1.8 ounce mead. Then in November, Doing the Most made a 7 milliliter mead. Finally, mead makers got it down to 5 milliliters in December. But now here we are, December 14th, 2020, and here I have a 0.5 milliliter mead, also known as 500 microliters. Now let's get it safely into its fermenter because this isn't the first one that we made today. But this time, we will remember to actually do the refractometer reading this time. We will do that by taking about 50 microliters in the syringe still. Unfortunately, it's at this time that Phil forgets to keep the syringe in camera as he reaches for the refractometer because he can't find it, even though it was right in front of him. Now, normally, we would recommend using a larger sample size for taking a refractometer reading, but we really need to make this stretch. Then, as you can see on camera, it is, in fact, spreading on there. Just, not as much coverage as we may like. But it does get full coverage in the end, and it reads to be 1095. But we're not done yet. We're going to need some yeast nutrient to blow through all that sugar. Luckily, we won't need much, and we have some leftover from when we made a hard seltzer earlier this year. And despite the fact there actually being more than enough in there, Phil takes a really long time to get a sample out. So we're going to fast forward through it. But as you can see, the mead never moves this whole time. And even in this close-up, you can still barely make out that we have some yeast nutrient in there. It's not small enough to fall off the spoon for some reason. So what we're going to do is pour the mead into the spoon. And then pour it back in. But this is all actually strangely easier than making a full 6 gallons of mead. I guess this is just one of those right tools for the job situations. You imagine being able to hold 6 gallons of a mead inside of a spoon, though. And with that, we have all the yeast nutrient in. And watch as Phil panics as he realizes he's holding the mead, which is just another chance to drop it, which he did twice today. Which is also why the D47 is already open. We're going with this yeast because we want the flavor of the macadamia nuts to come through. The classic dilemma of the more sugars you eat, the less it tastes like it. Here you can see Phil using a technique of pouring yeast all over the place and just seeing what sticks. We get about 9 to 12 actual kernels in there. Of course, it's being difficult because everything's sticking to the spoon still. But this is a great time to thank Garrett at Man Made Mead for starting this competition, probably on accident. And it does feel nice to know that there are other people out there that can see a container and say, I'd ferment in that. And also a big thank you to everyone else competing to make the smallest mead. I probably never would have went below 10 milliliters if other people weren't biting for the title. Then I hope other people gave it a shot because it was a really fun way of looking at recipe design from another angle. But all good things must come to an end, and like I promised, we're going to use a full-sized airlock for this guy, with the help of a little bit of tubing. Because if I learned anything working at homebrew shops, it's that where there's a will, there's a way. And about 10 other opinions about how you could have done it better. But sorry, no tasting or fermentation notes on this one today. We're just getting over the human malware that's been going around of 2020. But we are going to revisit this with a live ferment of a bunch of different mini meads that we're going to make, including things more exotic than macadamia nut honey. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some of our other videos.